Hi guys, I'm Shannon Smith from Canada, and today I'm basically gonna go over a few Star Wars type questions that I meant to post yesterday, but for some odd reason it didn't post. So bear with me, I'm still kind of figuring out how to use this before I make fun of myself. But should Anakin appear as a Force Ghost for episode 9? And I actually somewhat think he will. A few YouTubers and I actually believe that that episode 9 could possibly have the same ending in a way that Return of the Jedi did. Like maybe Obi-Wan Kenobi, Qui-Gon, if any of them have reasons. Maybe they'll appear, maybe a few Sith, because I have no clue if Sith could be Force sensitive, or could they, sorry, I'm a little bit tired. It's my nephew's birthday. He's a huge Star Wars fan. He's 4, you guys. That little baby that, I posted on my Shannon Gatsy main account. But some people actually think that Sith are actually bad. Why did I say that? That Sith can do the Force Ghost thingy, which I think I covered in yesterday's video. If not, it's probably here somewhere. And oops, sorry. And yeah, I guess only time will tell when J.J. Abrams shows us a little footage, maybe at Celebration, that we'll get our official cast, because nobody knows for sure if Yoda will be back. Frank Oz was not on the casting list. Ewan McGregor wasn't, because there's rumors that he will be donning the Obi-Wan Kenobi figure, maybe painting his beard gray or whatever. Prosthetics, whatever. Since he kind of looks like Alex's version of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Number 2 is, will there be another generation of Skywalkers? And I really have no clue. Nobody for sure, I guess, knows still if Rey was telling, or if Kylo was telling the truth about his parents. So it's is Rey connected to this Mara character? Because Carrie Russell is rumored to be this girl named Mara. And like I said for a bunch of these videos, guys, I don't watch canon or whatever, but wasn't Mara the wife of Luke and they had a bunch of kids? Maybe those kids went into hiding, or Mara pulled Kira, possibly, if there's theories or whatever going on somehow that Kira is related. That since they're both British, I think Emilia Clarke is British. That Kira and Rey and maybe Han could be related. Then again, that wouldn't make sense, especially if you guys have seen Solo. It's about 10 years or so before A New Hope starts. He's still kind of not that smuggler that we know of today. But I guess it depends. I still think for some odd reason Rey could be a Kenobi though. Number 3 is, will JJ be less secretive for episode 9? And I actually think so, especially with the casting announcement. Like I said for, I think it was number 1, there is, sorry about that guys, somebody just commented on something on Facebook. But like I basically said, you guys, in my first question answer thingy, nobody knows if Frank Oz would be back, so it's there's probably some of those type thingies that JJ is hiding, maybe a student story arc. Nobody knows for sure if Phasma is live or if DJ Benicio del Toro will be back, or if we're even gonna get him another apprentice. Is Kylo gonna have an apprentice? Is Rey gonna tell Snook? Is Rey gonna tell Hux about Snook? I'm a little bit tired, so bear with me, you guys. I may be confusing myself a little bit, and maybe tomorrow or something, maybe not tomorrow, Monday or something, I'll redo this video with some cool graphics for you guys, just pictures of Star Wars since like this will probably be like a podcast. Podcast format on Monday. Number 5 is number 4 is, will episode 9 be the longest movie ever? And I actually kind of think so. Especially since it's supposed to tie up all the trilogies, I believe. Maybe we're gonna get some kind of connection for sure. Like, I have no clue. Maybe we'll get a few of these answers answered in these, like, my number 11 or something. Cause I got, like, 18, and then those ones that I did yesterday. But, like, will the Knights of Ren appear? Because maybe we'll get an epic battle. Because nobody knows, like, who this Naomi girl is. Nobody knows who Richard E. Grant is, but some people, and again, I have another notification, but some people kind of think this Richard E. Grant guy could be a Sith or, Stormtrooper or a bad guy. But maybe he won't be. You never know. But yeah, I guess. Number 5 is when we'll get the episode 9 title, and I actually kind of think, especially a couple of people, think we'll probably get it maybe in January, since there's no sense that they'll probably let it out at Celebration. And I'll probably, like, tomorrow or in a little bit, since this video is live, I'll probably give my thoughts on what we're gonna see for Celebration. Or maybe in January or something I'll do that. Yeah, no. Or maybe December 18th, because I believe that or something is the Star Wars Day when it usually comes out. So maybe like that or something, I'll give out my ideas, or maybe a little bit earlier, I'll give out my ideas for what we could possibly see at Celebration. And I'll probably be doing this like a live stream type thingy. For those of you guys, if anybody is watching, because like it says nobody is apparently, but I have a TV right there, so I can go on this YouTube channel or whatever and flip it like I just did, like that, and we can like hold it up, and I can see you guys comments from the sides, like right there somewhere. So it is like, I'll probably answer your guys' questions in between it, since I don't have the money right now, or else I would go to Chicago or wherever it is. Plus, all my Star Wars stuff is basically sweaters, so I'll probably be boiling hot during Star Wars Celebration if I were to go. If I were to come to Canada somewhere, I probably would go though. Like, they should have somewhere for Canada, but people like me or whatever that can't afford it and really want to go. But then again, I'm sure everybody, the official Star Wars YouTube channel and a few others will like stream it, little bits and segments. Like they usually, I think it's Hey You Guys and the official Star Wars channel. But they all basically, I think Hey You Guys does bits and pieces, or is that just like the interview parts, like for new and upcoming movies, like they do for Avengers and Star Wars and stuff. But like, plus I'm not like a huge fan of Marvel or comic books, so to speak. So I probably won't be excluding them day 3, because I think isn't it 3 or 5 days for Celebration. But those 2 main days, I'll probably give my thoughts or whatever. Maybe a 3rd day just to like include like the Jon Favreau TV series and Star Wars Resistance. Like, I don't think we have any of the cast for Resistance yet. I think we know BB-8 is back. Bill Hader, maybe. I think he's BB-8 and the voice behind it. One of the voices. And Bill Eichner, I believe. And I think Oscar Isaac and Gwendolyn Christie, Captain Phasma, are back in their roles from, like, episode 7. So it makes me also, like, wonder the timeline. I know that, Jon Favreau's is gonna be, I think, around, So after number 6, and maybe we'll get to see him, young Snook and stuff. But yeah. Number 6 is Phasma alive, and I guess it depends on what JJ wants to do. Some people think that she survived, I guess, but I really have no clue. I guess it depends on the storyline. Like, we don't know if Han is dead, you guys. Like, we didn't get the funeral, even though we possibly will. Or in one of the deleted scenes. Maybe we'll get to see Leia's funeral, because I have no clue what we can expect from the Leia thing. But yeah. Speaking of that, number 7 is how will they work with the Leia footage / will she die? And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but or known, but Lucasfilm recently put out a statement, and I believe also maybe on Twitter that J.J. Abrams posted, they're going to be using unseen footage or unshot footage or whatever of Carrie as Leia, obviously, for like the final time, possibly, from episode 7, and I believe they have some from The Last Jedi as well, which makes me think we could probably see maybe another Luke scene. Like, do you guys think that there's room for that? And me and some YouTuber friends of mine actually think maybe it will be a hologram, like sort of like the help me Obi-Wan Kenobi thing. You're my only hope. Maybe a message to Poe though, or Lando. Just like giving them specific instructions or whatever, or just like a quick, simple one, like Poe, you are in charge. May the Force be with you. Something like that, just because like, she senses a great deal of power or something. And then maybe have her like dead off in the crowd, like Leia has died, or something similar to that. Number 8 is anyone we'd like to see get standalone that hasn't been announced yet or rumored. And I'm trying to think, maybe Ahsoka, because like she, or I believe it was on the stars where they were supposed to show up in Solo. Or maybe we'll get like a Qi'ra anyone, because some people wonder where we'll see her, or Maul next, which I have really no clue. Like, could we see Maul, you guys, if Kenobi does green light? And like Vader and them. Speaking that, number 9, will Vader appear in another movie? And like I basically just said, I possibly want him to appear in Kenobi, unless there's like his own separate movie. Apparently it was like at E4 or E3, one of those video gaming conventions, somebody mentioned something about a certain dark-figured man wearing a mask. But nobody from Lucasfilm has confirmed any of these yet. Last time we checked, I believe we didn't get any new updates or whatever from Lucasfilm concerning the Rian Johnson thing, or the David Benioff, D.B. Weiss thing, the Game of Thrones people, obviously. But it's like, would Vader be also, you guys, maybe Vader would be in one of the movies. Maybe the Game of Thrones people, and I kind of think maybe we'll get to see a young Snook in Jon Favreau's TV series. I'll probably give my thoughts on a little bit of those for a celebration. Maybe I'll think of somebody that's worked with Andy Serkis before, since he's the older Snook, whatever you want to call him. So maybe like I'll think of somebody that could possibly take on the role of like a kind of younger Snook. Unless they wanted to go for like somebody that kind of looks like Andy Serkis. Maybe Toby Jones. I believe he was Goblin or something. Or Dobby in the Harry Potter movies. Or Gollum in Lord of the Rings. I don't know which one was which. And he's like in Fallen Kingdom and a few others. So it's like, could he? And then just like pulling Andy Serkis, like makes Snook look kind of big and huge or whatever. But yeah, what type of role will Lando have, do I think? And me and some of my favorite YouTubers, we kind of think he may be a cameo, but I kind of think he'll be a little bit more. Maybe he has, since nobody knows who Naomi is, some people think she could be a Resistance fighter, maybe the light side, or somebody sort of like a Finn, like, bad than good again. Unless she's related to Lando, which I kind of think could be good. Like, she's probably the right age range to be either, maybe even, guys, do you think Lando is related to Finn? Like, everybody keeps on talking about the Rey theory, but it's like, is he related to Lando? Which is why we haven't seen Lando in a while, just because of, like, Leia and Han's son Ben Solo taking little Finn away. Like, maybe this will be a family reunion that we haven't seen in a while since episode 7, I guess. But maybe that, and maybe, like, he has some helpers out, an alliance of his own, especially, like, if they do an epic battle, since, like, Luke's back, but it's like, how big of a role will Mark Hamill have in Star Wars? Episode 9. Number 11 is, will Knights of Ren show up? And I actually think so. One of the most epic battle scenes ever in a Star Wars movie, for sure. Especially, like, if it were the Force Ghosts, like Obi-Wan in them, versus the Knights of Ren with a little help from, like, Rey, these possible new Jedi Boom Kid, some of the other little kids on Canto Bight, and a few other people. So I actually think so, especially like an epic battle. Maybe Carrie Russell is one of them. Or, like I said, this Naomi girl could be one of the good or the bad. Or it's almost like, or the ugly. I'm making a claim. Number 12 is, will Kylo go shirtless in episode 9? And I guess, like I said, for a few of these, I guess it depends on the script. Number 13 is, well, could Maul be in anything else? And I kind of actually think maybe there's a good chance we'll get Solo 2 down the line, since some people are starting to like this movie. And, or, like I said, we could see him for Kenobi, or if there's another story. If Vader has his own movie, maybe? If Palpatine has his own story, and it was like, oh my god, Tom Felton or whatever, Darko Malfoy from Harry Potter, like a young Palpatine movie, maybe? But yeah. Number 14 is, how much time will pass between episode 8 and 9? And I think 3 years. Just to, like, give it some time, possibly Rey. Maybe Rey training the new Jedi, like Boom Kid, and then, like, Boom Kid found a ship or a Rey out of Canto Bight, unless they revisit it since, like, Rose and them are back. So, yeah, plus, like, in case, since I love The Last Jedi, you guys can hate me all you guys want. But, to, like, fix some of the changes that Rian Johnson did to fans. Yeah. Number 15 is, will we ever see Qi'ra again? And like I keep on saying for a few of these, I guess it depends on the lack of Solo. If it does really well, maybe. If it, like, has a Solo 2. If she gets home film, that would even be great. But I think we possibly could see her again. Maybe Kenobi. Especially if she's with Maul around the time of the setting. Guess it depends who the villain is as well of Kenobi. Like, guys, jot down in the comments section of who you guys think is going to be the villain for Kenobi. If he does get confirmed, because if you guys watch those auto-complete interview thingies, somebody actually asked, is Ewan going to be in Star Wars, because he was premiering promoting Winnie the Pooh, which I'm probably going to go see in a couple of days, maybe Tuesday. And he was like, maybe, with a wink, and, like, he's got the beard back, you guys, so maybe there's a good chance he'll, like, ignite a lightsaber. I actually kind of want to see him for some odd reason, like, them announcing Kenobi, like, right now, and then, like, him, maybe Dennis Lawson or whoever, as well, for sure, just coming up on the celebration stage, to, like, promote Kenobi, maybe some fan art as well, since, like, probably wouldn't film anything by now, unless he did. I basically talked about who Carrie Russell would be. I'm gonna choose two people, like one for each. For a young Leia and a young Luke for Jon Favreau's TV series, my choices are Haley Steinfeld. She's like in the remake of True Grit. She was in Pitch Perfect 2 and 3, maybe even 1, if I'm not mistaken. And I think she's in the upcoming Bumblebee movie. She looks similar to Carrie Fisher a little bit, but like my choice for like if they did a young Leia would still be Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things. Luke Skywalker for sure would be Sebastian Stan, or maybe oh my god, somebody else from Game of Thrones, but he could probably be like a better solo. Steve from Stranger Things, Joe Curry. He's like in his 20s though, so like I don't know unless they were to not use Alden or whatever for if guys. What do you think of the chances? Like, do you think these people will appear? Like, do you think Han, Leia, and Luke will appear in Jon Favreau's TV series? And if so, who do you guys think would be them actually? Because I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Like, does Alden deserve another chance, but like on the TV? Jon Favreau will probably be marketing this film soon, since I have no clue when oh my god, The Lion King comes out, which I cannot wait for as well. And number 18, you guys gotta hear this one because somebody tagged me on Twitter one day. You've been tasked to create the next Star Wars trilogy. What's my idea? Old Republic. Game of Thrones people, like they have heavy action sequences on the shows, and they probably can pull off some all-star amazing cast. So it's like, yeah, we could probably get some great amazing people. Maybe some Game of Thrones people, whatever. And the Game of Thrones people's movies, I guess, depend on what their storyline is, because nobody knows, I guess, on any of these things. What's Ryan's? Will we see Gareth Edwards back? Will he do this? Will he do it? Yeah. So bye guys, I'll be back on whenever I can with a little breakdown of what I want for Celebration. I gotta like charge my device and stuff again. May the force be with y'all. Bye bye.